Welcome to Fact or Fiction, a show where we discuss what made the news this week and whether it was real or not. I'm Suyash Barve, and with me is Jency Jacob from Boom. Hi, Jency.
Hi, Suyash.
Alright, this week we're talking about Z News. They've recently been implicated in quite the scandal, actually. They've been accused of photoshopping the image of a protester in a video to give the story a communal angle. This, of course, dates back to the Dalit protests that were occurring, and it would appear, at least in the story that's being shared, that Z News elongated the beard of a protester to make it look like he's Muslim.
Yes.
Now, Jency, we've talked about Z News on this program before. They have made a mistake or two with their fact-checking, but this can't possibly be true.
Yes, so, talking about past reputations coming to haunt you, so that is what has happened here in the case of Z News. In fact, it took a lot of our skills actually all put together to try and figure out, whether this image is right or not. In fact, let me put it out very simple, for the benefit of our viewers, because this is quite a complicated story to explain. There is an image where you're seeing this man with a very elongated beard, as far as Z News' image is concerned.
The image Z News shared
on the timeline. And then you can also see a screenshot of the NDTV video where you can see the man with a short beard. So the allegation is that Z morphed this image to show that he is Muslim. Now we went back to the original video. It was there on several channels otherwise as well, and also I sourced it back from one of the Madhya Pradesh reporters, and we saw that the man's beard was actually short. It was not an elongated long beard. Now, how did this happen? Now, this is something that we were all grappling with. Did Z actually do this? Because we also wrote to them asking them to explain. But when we went and checked the video and we started, running the video and we paused it, we could figure out, and we have done a test which we put out on Twitter and we are also showing it to you on screen, that if you pause it at probably not the right place, due to the technical issues of shutter speed and how the video was originally shot in the way it was panned, you can actually get an image, a freeze image, where the man's beard looks elongated. Now, this is what has happened. We demonstrated it, we put it out on Twitter. Many people didn't want to believe it, right? And we showed it to them, because that's exactly why we did this test. And we put it out to them and we told them that this is what could have happened, and explained that, this does not seem to be any malicious intent on part of Z. But what I can accuse them of is poor quality check, because someone sitting there on the editing table should have figured out that this video doesn't look good.
Right. So, I mean, nothing more than a trick of the light.
Right.
But really, you do have to bring it back, like you said at the top of the story, to reputations.
Yes.
If Z News hadn't been so constantly accused of missing fact checks, of not checking their stories thoroughly, I'm sure they would have been given the benefit of the doubt. Because that's all this is. This is an error. This is an editing error, and again, a lack of oversight perhaps. But that's all it is. But because of their reputation, they've immediately been attacked. However, we are glad to report that this is just a trick of the light, and the story being shared is false. For our next story, we're discussing frayed tempers over the issue of whether people could sing Vande Mataram or not. Jency, this incident, of course, apparently occurred in the TMC offices, where Mamata Banerjee apparently told her workers that they could not sing Vande Mataram, which triggered a spontaneous outburst of Vande Mataram singing, which then led to violence and furniture breaking. Deep breath. Did any of this actually happen?
So this is called as classical political fakery, right? So this is a 12-year-old video, 2006. It's a 12-year-old video.
We should have guessed by the standard definition output. We should have known.
So this is a 12-year-old video where, TMC and Mamata Banerjee as well, when she was not in power at that time, she was protesting the Tata Nano project in Singur, and also the fact that the land was taken away from the farmers there. And she had gone to Singur, and the police did not allow her to enter the area. And there were allegations of her being manhandled by the cops as well. So the next day she comes back to Calcutta, and she, along with the people, they go to the West Bengal Assembly, and in the lobby, that is where all this action takes place. In fact, a really shameful action from the TMC workers. Now, this is the context of it, and they were protesting, why their leader was manhandled by the cops. But look at what is being shared right now. They're saying that she was having a party meeting, and she said that you cannot sing Vande Mataram, and the workers revolted against her, and they decided to break down the furniture in their party office, not in the assembly. So that's the fakery that is going around right now.
Seems like a bit of a stretch, but I 10 on 10 for creativity and narrative and storytelling, because it's a cinematic sequence, spontaneously people burst into singing Vande Mataram. It's a real patriotic scene. However, that story is 100% false. That's it for this week. You already know where to follow us. You can also subscribe to our Boom Live broadcast by WhatsApping us on this number. You can also use that number to WhatsApp us a story that looks dubious or you think might be fake, so we can tell you whether it's fact or fiction. Thank you, Jensi.
Thank you, Suyash.
And thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.